Peter, you're a retired detective. What? Can you believe this?
No.
Did you know?
Cannot.
Morning. You gave my husband a job.
Yeah,
Why would you do that, Kay?
because I needed help.
But why him?
Because I'm surrounded by vipers in that office and I need someone I can trust. It's fun. I knew Ari before. We were friends before, and then when we were casting, and her name came up, and everybody was like, "She'll never do this. We can't get her." Blah blah blah. I was like, "I know her. I will text her." And I was on the set of Freakier Friday and texted her from the Line Hotel in downtown Hollywood, and she answered yes. When I said, "Do you want to be in a TV series with Nicole Kidman and me for 2 seasons for Amazon?" So, we already knew each other, but I hadn't really paid attention yet to what, in fact, was going to happen between us. And in fact, there's a lot of, as you said, spicy.
It's spicy
energy between them. And I feel badly that Dorothy was such a mother, but it's turned out to be some very interesting work together.
It was really interesting work, but I also think it's even more successful on screen because we do have a mutual love and respect for each other. Because these characters, they say a lot of things that maybe they don't mean, or things they really do mean. Sometimes you're not really sure, and they can hurt. And we're both, I think we're both really great actors. And when we say something that is sharp, it cuts. And so I think the work is even deeper and more like it'll stay with you because you know that like we do really have a real affinity for each other.
Well, I'd say the biggest challenge is you kind of just have to, once you do all this work with your counterpart off screen, you kind of have to trust that they'll do that on set and vice versa. Like I remember every time I was not working and my dad would go on set thinking, be like, dude, you better do what we talked about. I'll come down there.
Yeah, that is one of the dangers of sharing a role is it does require a lot of trust. And the idea that at any point they could do something that doesn't quite feel like you would be doing that, but we don't actually have to. I mean, there's a lot of time and people change. Like I'm not the same person I was 6 years ago. So there's also that room for error when, you got 25 years of distance between the two.
Yeah, blessing and a curse. Like in lots of ways, you have this like pool of inspiration to dip into. And I was always asking, like, does Nicole do this? And is she picking up things like this? And how does she hold her scalpel? All those kind of basic stuff we were covering. So you kind of felt like protected and inspired by that. But then, there were some instincts that you have as an actor, and you're just like going for it. And then you leave set, and you're thinking, oh God, I hope that was right. But you sort of just have to trust. And is it 20 or 30 years? That's a long time.
Yeah. It was very different with each character. I mean, Rosie and Nicole are really amazing as far as not only do they look so much alike, but they have like a real soul likeness. There's some major qualities that they share and really give off. And then some of the actors wanted to work with their counterpart or talk to them and talk about mannerisms. Some of them didn't. And they really came to we did some rehearsals with everybody, but for the most part, we let them find their way. I mean, Simon Baker wanted to do a slight Southern accent. So when we cast Hunter, we trained him in the same accent. And, these little things go such a long way to giving you the feel of the character. And it became less important as we went on that the characters look alike and more just that you feel the same when you're with them. And I think the acting is, we were really blessed with incredible actors. I think they did an unbelievable job in pulling that off.
I think it's partially true. I think it's complicated. I think in love with can mean a lot of different things. I think he has worked very intimately with her for over 25 years, and I think he's very, 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 very fond of her. The structure of it is that we're seeing them grow up together, right? And get to know each other and develop this relationship. It's a relationship that is so complicated, not necessarily because of any kind of feelings that they might have for each other. It's just that job is so unusual. The things that they would have had to have seen, the way that they share the insight of, that's another thing that we don't talk about too much, right? Is that they both have this talent for sharing with each other the thoughts of the killer. Right, what the killer's thinking, what to put herself in the shoes of the victim, and for him to be able to put himself in the shoes of the killer, and share that together. It's kind of like a kink that they have, right? So I think it's a complicated relationship. So I don't necessarily think he means let's go somewhere, move to a deserted island, and be in love. I think he just wants it to be simpler, like when they started, or when they were really in a groove. So I think it's more complicated than any kind of romantic love.
To be honest, I feel like Marino doesn't fully understand why he did it. I think that that's sort of a huge crack in his self-perception, and it's the beginning of a kind of awakening that we'll definitely be seeing a lot more of in season 2.
I think he asks for a divorce because I think it's his only way of trying to control what he believes to be an untenable situation, where they're both trying to find a truth, their own truth, and they're kind of missing each other. So yeah, I think it's kind of like his way of dealing with it is to just pull the pin. I remember the scene, and there's like this confession of, his inner sort of darkness, etc. That doesn't go down particularly well. And I feel like the divorce is probably a decision made within the scene that was maybe a possible outcome that he would carry into the situation. And then it was like, okay, she's not hearing me. She's not getting it. It's just, I'm being met with this. So
it's a shocker when it does come out. You do not expect it. And it does feel like it is.
Have you seen 7 and 8?
I saw that scene for sure. So yeah,
I haven't seen this last time.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a really interesting surprise, and it's very unorthodox, right?
Yeah.
You've never seen somebody ask for a divorce like that. It's really quite unexpected.
I think I leave, Benson's character's built so he leaves a lot. He's much more enigmatic. There's a great line. I think it's in Postmortem. It might be in one of the later ones that we're working on now, but where Marino's character says, like, yeah, I never know what that guy's thinking. Like, it doesn't matter. But that's how he's built. That's how Patricia wrote him. And Liz is when you have characters like that in a book, that can read really well, but it doesn't necessarily play well if you're watching it visually. She's done a really good job of maintaining that and also weaving in parts of his humanity that he gets to let Kay see. And when Kay gets to see it, then we all get to see it. And I think that's been nice for us to see.
Definitely.
I think like any series, you keep finding your voice. And I hope that it feels like we're sort of firmly in more of like understanding who these characters are, understanding the way that we're telling this story, and it feels fleshed out and authentic in a way.
We're done introducing, which can be quite burdensome for a storyteller and for actors, and now we're just in it. You get to like day 1, episode 1, the first scene where you kind of and we get all to enter in right in the right in the goods.
You do so well. You really do so well. And I was like, he's going. Did you get that? Yep, I got it.
We can't actually talk about season 2 yet because we're just about to go shoot it. So that would be gilding some lilies. Here's what I think is fascinating. That what Liz Sarnoff did expertly is she put all of these main characters in a house together, literally on the same property as this. So you have 3 marriages all within proximity to each other. And by the end of 8 episodes, it all blows up. All of it's fractured, gone, exploded, and seemingly headed for not being able to ever reconnect. And you've taken this very controlled character in Kay Scarpetta and have completely unleashed her by episode 8. The look on Nicole's face when, as a producer, when I saw those dailies and I saw where she went emotionally on those days, on that last day, I mean, I still am shaken by it because it's so powerful. That's great television, that you can establish that and then blow it all up in eight episodes and solve a crime. I like, hats off to Liz Sarnoff. She delivered a really, as you said, very complex, interesting meal of a TV series.
Season 2 is half in the past and half in the present. And in the past, it's a little bit later, and in the present, it picks up where we left off.